Welcome back to the Cord Cutting Today, where we break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting today, including the FCC wants to put an end to early termination fees for cable TV. We'll tell you everything you need to know about that. Dish may merge as soon as today with Echostar. This merger's been announced for a while, but now they set a deadline for when it will close, and it could be as soon as today. Also, Disney says the Hulu app is not going away now that they're merging a lot of the content into Disney+. Good news, if you don't like that, you can continue to use the Hulu app. These stories and a whole lot more coming up here in a quick second. First though, if you want to learn more about these stories, check out the show notes down below and in the first pinned comment. I'll put a link there. If you're new here, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. Let YouTube know you enjoy what we do here, so YouTube recommends our videos to more people, and hopefully we can help you break free from the high cost of TV, but still watch the shows you enjoy. We have a great sponsor today, so real quick before we get into the news, let's take a look at today's sponsor.
Today's video is sponsored by Asurion Home Plus. With this great tech protection plan, not only do you get protection for all of your devices in your home, you also get access to over 10,000 home experts to help you with any technology issues you may be having. You also get things like unlimited photo storage, data security, in-home setup and installation help, and of course the live support help on things like televisions, laptops, game systems, tablets, and more. If you want to learn more about their great plan here and how you can sign up, check out the show descriptions down below on this video. Thank you so much to them for their support of the Cord Cutting Today show.
All right, let's dive into the news. Starting off with the FCC has announced a proposed new rule that would ban early termination fees for cable TV companies. This is part of a greater push by the FCC to end what they call junk fees. These are fees that are being charged and proposed on different people or companies are charging, I should say, that don't actually show up on your bill or through the advertisement. They're often hidden fees that you gotta wait until you get your first bill. That's the very annoying part of this, right? You sign up for these great cable TV deals, you see this price, looks great, then you got your regional broadcast fees, broadcast television fees, device rental fees, and early termination fees. And these are what they're going after with some of these new rules. And yesterday, the FCC announced a proposed rulemaking that would ban early termination fees and allow people to cancel cable TV whenever and break their contract without paying a fee on this. Now, this is a proposed rule. The FCC has a vote on it. You can expect some legal challenges. I'd be shocked if there wasn't. And that's going to result in this probably taking quite some time to go into effect. But it is really good to see the FCC cracking down on early termination fees. I think this is one of the toughest things. People get into these 1 year, whatever it may be, contracts with not just cable TV, but a wide variety of different services. They lock you in with nice sounding promotional rates, but before your contract is done, the fees and price skyrocket. And so they're being able to cancel it's really nice. We have full details down there, but again, this is a proposed new rule. Sounds like this is going to pass. I'll be shocked if it doesn't. Question is, will it hold up in court? We'll have to wait and see. All right, Dish has for some time now announced that they're going to be merging with Echostar. Now, they used to be one company. Back in 2008, I believe it was. 2008, they broke apart into two separate companies, both with the same kind of top owner. Well, now they're merging back together. Now, Dish has filed a SEC document that says it could happen as soon as today, but they expect it to close no later than December 29th. They recently received FCC approval. That was the last major hurdle that I know of for this merger to happen. Now, with that, they say anytime between the week of December 11th and December 29th, this deal will close. So anytime now, I hate to do this because I'm recording this a little bit in advance. I record it the night before for the next morning. Maybe it's already happened. If it has, head over to cordcarsnews.com and check out all the latest updates on it. But this is really big for Dish. Dish is trying to transform themselves from a pretty exclusively TV company into a company that also is right now the fourth largest wireless provider in the United States. They're building out this massive 5G network so they can stop relying on other companies to supply the network backbone. With that, we'll have to see how this plays out, but it is a big step for them. They're looking at TV and saying that's kind of the past, 5G is kind of the future. We want to be a company that's going to be 5G. They need some money to make that happen. This merger may help them realize that, as they've said for the last few months that they need to raise funds. A merger may be one way to do that, and that seems to be what they're doing here. We'll keep a very close eye on this story. Once it's official that Dish has merged, it would actually be Dish going under Echostar. Echostar's team will take over management of Dish, which is already happening, and now there'll be a whole new leadership team behind it. How will that impact Dish? As we learn that, I'll have full coverage at corecarsnews.com. All right, next story. Recently, Hulu merged a lot of its content into Disney+. This left a lot of people to wonder, will the Hulu app go away? For example, a lot of the premium add-ons, Hulu Live TV, never merged into Disney+. Now it doesn't seem like it will. We reported this some time ago. But Disney has come out now twice in the last week and said, hey, good news, if you don't like the Disney Plus experience having Hulu in there, don't worry. The Hulu app is not going anywhere. You can continue to use the Hulu app. And the Hulu app with the Hulu Plus Live TV and the premium add-ons are going to be the only way to watch that kind of content. If you want to watch the premium content, the Hulu Plus Live TV, you're going to have to do it through the Hulu app for now. On-demand content, a lot of it's moving to Disney Plus. We've been told that eventually all of it will be there once the beta is done in March. We'll see how that plays out. But good news, if you like the Hulu app, it's not going away. You don't have to use the Disney Plus app if you don't want to. Have you used the Disney Plus app though for Hulu? Question of the day, how do you like Hulu inside Disney Plus? Some people have told me they prefer it. Some people say they prefer the Hulu app. I want to hear from you. All right, Comcast is having another fight with a TV network. The FETV network has announced that Comcast may drop them. They're running scrolls through this. The Family Entertainment Television Network is its full name. Joined Comcast back in 2019, and now it looks like their contract's coming up, and they're having a fight over money. Comcast subscribers may lose it in some undefined time in the near future. Look for these to become more common. Blackouts of content are going to become more common. We'll see if they can reach a deal before that deadline. All right, if you logged into your Amazon account or tried to make a purchase and noticed suddenly instead of delivering to your home, it was defaulting to a locker somewhere around you instead of your house, you weren't hacked, no one broke into your account. It turns out that Amazon had a glitch and accidentally changed the default shipment address from some customers' home addresses to their nearest locker. Now, Amazon has these lockers around you, great for Christmas to get presents and not have your spouse find out what they're getting. It's also a great way if you're worried about porch theft, which is huge all over the country. You can have it delivered to these lockers and pick it up there. I often do that for very expensive items that I don't want to have stolen if I don't know if I'm going to be home when they're delivered. But Amazon says, hey, we apologize for the glitch, we fixed it, but if you notice your account may have been compromised by suddenly your delivery address changing, it's just a glitch. It's not somebody stealing your purchases. All right, if you live in Columbus, Georgia, which is a suburb outside of Atlanta, about 30 miles, there's a new television station coming on the market. It offers Retro TV, which is a really good network I love, Heartland, Ribbon, Action, the Action Channel, and FAM, the Family Channel. Lots of content here are now launching there. Now, one thing in the story to point out, I believe when this launched, they talked about this being 30.0. That's now a real channel. 30.1 is where the channels start. We corrected that when launched. But good news, if you live anywhere in the country, I would recommend you rescan every now and then. A lot of new free over-the-air channels are launching. Speaking of free channels, the Roku channel is launching 5 new channels. This includes content from NBC Universal's E! And Bravo. With that, you're going to get things like Bravo, The Real Housewives Vault, E! Keeping It Up, $1 Million Listing, Project Runway, and the Zone's Ringside boxing one. So you got a good amount of content from NBC and the Zone coming to the Roku channel. This is the second week in a row they've added a lot of really good content. Last week they added a bunch of Christmas channels, sci-fi, reality, scary movies, and other live channels there. Check out the full list in the show notes down below. All right. Recently this week, Epic won an epic, we'll call it, that's how a lot of people do that, lawsuit over Google. Now, Google was accused of creating a monopoly by requiring only their Google Play Store be default installed on Android and taking, at one point, 30% cut. I think it's down to 15% for a lot of purchases in games and streaming services and other places. Because of that, a lot of companies have stopped allowing you to subscribe directly through the Android app. You have to sign up on a browser to the computer somewhere and then go and get your content that way. Because of that, we've seen a lot of people be very unhappy of this. Epic won a lawsuit that declared this a monopolistic issue. Now the judge has decided what to do with it. Google's been declared a monopoly on Android with this, with the way the Play Store could also impact iOS for iPhones and more, which could force them to allow third-party apps on there and remove some of those commission cuts that they're taking for subscriptions. Amazon, not that long ago, for example, stopped allowing you to buy movies through the Amazon app on Android because they didn't want to have to give Google a cut of that. So big implications for cord cutting. We'll see how this stands up on appeal. We'll see how this stands up throughout the process here in the court case to come. Not a done deal, but a huge win, not just for gamers, but for cord cutting too. All right, last story before we get into the questions of the day. Local BTV sources close to the situation have confirmed to Cord Cutters News that the service did run out of money, causing it to shut down. It's currently up for sale or looking for new investors. It is struggling to find new investors or buyers right now that would be interested in it, but they do have some people looking at it for a potential purchase for Local BTV to bring it back. Now, Local BTV was a free streaming service that didn't offer ABC, NBC, Fox, but offered those smaller channels out there, those sub-channels, those diginets, whatever you want to call them, free streaming online, or you could pay for like DVR and some premium features for it. They ran out of money, but according to our sources, they are in the process of trying to come back. We'll see if they're able to pull it off. All right, let's dive into the question of the day. Now, I every day try to answer a question from the comments. If you want to ask me a question to answer, leave a comment on this video with something like a question for Luke. If I don't answer your question, please re-ask it with Eric. I may have already recorded the video by the time you asked. All right, this question comes in a lot, so I wanted to answer again. Why can't multiple streaming services carry regional sports networks? Why do so many services drop them like YouTube TV dropped most of their regional sports networks? And I think Dish kind of explained this best when Dish dropped Bally Sports. They said, regional sports networks are the most expensive channel, or one of the most expensive channels, but it's also one of the least watched channels. It's kind of a tough spot. If you are a fan of those sports teams, you are absolutely saying, I have to have my Bally Sports, NBC Sports, or whatever regional sports network you may have in your area. But if you don't care about it, you're not watching it, you don't want to pay those very high fees. They're some of the most expensive channels on television right now. And because of that, YouTube TV and others have said, hey, we just don't think it's worth it for us to force it, because a lot of these regional sports networks say, hey, if you carry a channel, it has to be carried in the base package. You can't have it as an add-on, can't be in a higher tier, it has to be in the base package, which means a lot of people who don't care would have to pay for it. And now increasingly, a lot of these services are now offering a streaming option, so you can now just subscribe directly if you actually care about them. That makes places like YouTube to say, hey, well, you want Bally Sports, just go to Bally Sports Plus and subscribe there. We'll see if people like that or not, but that's the reason why. It's very expensive, and compared to a lot of other channels like ESPN, CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, and others, it's not that very well watched. So we'll see what happens here, but there's also the fact they're in bankruptcy. Who knows if regional sports channels will even be a thing here in a few years? There's a real chance it may not. Well, that's it for today. I hope you have a fantastic day. I'll be back tomorrow. Take care. Be safe. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. I'll see you all again real soon.